Hello, hello. Mic check, mic check. Yeah, this one. You can use this one.
Okay, perfect. Okay, oops, technical difficulties. Okay, I hope everybody can hear me now. So thank you so much. Welcome to our conversation class. My name is Ellen. Today we have our beginner class. So those of you on YouTube, if you would like to join us on Zoom in a minute, scan this QR code and you can join us on Zoom and interact and practice your conversation skills. I would love to have you here. I'm going to bring everybody into Zoom in a moment, and we're going to talk about spring. It's March and spring is coming. And so it's really important to talk about spring vocabulary, things you can do in the spring. So thank you all for joining, and I would love to have you here on Zoom. Please join us on Zoom. We also have a WhatsApp group that we send the link, the topic, the teacher every day. We hold classes Monday through Friday. So I'm going to have everybody from Zoom join in a moment, and we're going to talk together. We're going to talk about spring. It's March. All right. Hello, my friends. How are we? Hello, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Hello. How are you guys? Good, good. It's Friday. So happy. So happy. And you guys, today we have our beginner class. But this is open to anybody. So if you would like to join, we can talk about anything here. Don't worry. So, my friends, we are also streaming live on YouTube. So you can always open the live. You can watch it again on another time when you have more time if you need, if you want to review. So join me on YouTube, join me on Zoom here every time. So my friends, today I want to talk about spring. Let's talk about spring. It's March. Now, who here likes the spring? Do you like spring?
Yes, I like the spring.
Yeah. You like the spring? Anybody else like the spring? What's your favorite season of the year? It's okay if it's not spring.
For me, it's summer.
Summer?
Is perfect.
Yeah.
Spring is also perfect because new flowers bloom.
Exactly. The flowers are blooming. That's a good vocabulary word. Yeah, amazing. Anybody else have a favorite season?
I like winter.
Winter? Oh, that's rare for many people's preference. Why do you like winter so much?
Because I like it more.
Yeah. A lot of times there's people that either love winter or hate winter. And it's hard to have something in the middle, in between. So a lot of times it's you either love it or you hate it. Whose favorite season is fall? Does anybody love fall? Is it your favorite season? Let me know. What do you think about fall? Here in Massachusetts, it's very beautiful in the fall. We're lucky. And so today is March what? What is the date today? March 7th. 7th. Amazing. So in a few weeks, I think 3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe, we will have the first day of spring. So the first day of spring is Thursday, March 20th, here in the Northern Hemisphere. If you live in the Southern Hemisphere of the world, sorry, not the United States, of the world, then it's going to be fall, and it's a little different. So here, spring will start in 3 weeks or so, and we're already seeing some signs of spring. And so something I wanted to ask you all, I wanted you to give me a list, and you can type in the chat, you can open your microphone. What are some signs of spring? How do you know that spring is coming? I want to hear from you.
Animals go out.
Yeah.
New flowers bloomed up.
Mm-hmm. What are some
When
other
there's
signs?
more dew.
Yeah. What do you notice that's different with the weather in spring?
Increasing temperature.
Mm-hmm.
A bit warmer temperature.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's a little bit warmer in the spring. It depends also on where you live, of course. But here in Massachusetts, the spring is not so warm at the beginning, but eventually it gets warmer. A lot of times we see here things you have said: flowers blooming, warmer weather, animals. Anything else we notice when spring is coming? When the seasons change? I would say, what kind of animals do you see in the spring? Or hear? What animals do you hear? For example, we can hear birds. Do you guys hear birds? Migration of birds, exactly. So something that happens a lot in the spring is you see the birds are migrating, or they're flying back home or to another place. And the birds often go somewhere warm in the winter, and they go somewhere colder, or more comfortable in the summer. And oftentimes I hear the birds in the spring. Do you guys hear the birds in the spring? I see here in the chat chirping. Birds are chirping. When you wake up in the morning, you might hear the birds making a lot of sounds. They're very active because they're coming back. Luan said sometimes it's rainy. Yes, in the spring, it can be very rainy sometimes. In the spring, often we have a phrase in English. April showers bring May flowers. Have you guys heard that before? April showers bring May flowers. Because we know we need a lot of rain to grow our plants, especially our flowers. So now you guys know. Amazing. And what are the animals that you see here on my slide? Can you guys tell me what animal you see? Rabbit and a duck, exactly. So these are some pretty common animals to see in the spring in the United States is a rabbit with a little cottontail, and you'll see them hopping. They can be kind of shy, and they come out more when it's quiet and less people. And a duck, you'll see so many ducks and other similar birds like geese as well in the ponds, in the rivers as they start to warm up more. Exactly. You can hear the geese when they're flying because they'll make a sound that they're talking to each other. So interesting. Marmot, rodents, frogs, and turtles. Are you guys can hear me, right? Our audio is all set? Just want to check. Okay.
Listen, I have burning enthusiasm. I'm really enthusiastic to speak with you.
Mm-hmm. You can speak with us anytime.
Oh, that's great. I want to ask some questions.
Are they questions about approach or our class right now?
Yeah, about these classes.
Yeah. What questions do you have?
Please introduce yourself?
Yeah. I introduced myself at the beginning of class, but my name is Ellen. Nice to meet you. So, my friends, I see here ants, turtles, hare is another word, owls, I see snakes, raccoons, squirrels. Yeah, lots of animals. A lot of times in the spring, a sign of spring for me is I can hear the frogs. Here in New England and parts of the United States, we have a specific frog that makes a sound at night all the time. And we call these frogs peepers. Peep, 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 all the time. So that is when I know that spring is coming because I can hear the peepers, I can hear the birds, I can see the bunnies, we feel the warmer weather. Spring is a really important time in people's lives, in the year. A lot of times in the spring, we're thinking of renewal and rebirth and kind of spring cleaning. That's something I want to talk about later. So, some signs of spring, like we said, flowers blooming, birds singing, warm weather, and more daylight. Something that I talked about in our conversation class on Wednesday was sleep and daylight savings. Daylight savings is when the clocks change 1 hour forward or 1 hour back, depending on the time, and that will happen this Sunday. So that's another sign that spring is coming, is more daylight every day. So I wanted to put you guys in some breakout rooms to discuss these two questions together first. Just for a few minutes, I want you to talk about what do you like about spring, and are there any activities you like to do in the spring? So in your small groups, you guys can discuss these two questions together, and then I would love to hear back. What activities do you like to do in the spring? What activities can we do in the spring? So take some time to think about what you like and what you like to do in the spring. And then we'll come back and talk together. All right? Thank you, guys. You can join your rooms and share together. And for those of you that are on YouTube, of course, you can still think about this on your own. You can practice your conversation. You can even write if you need to practice some writing. What do you like about spring? Because spring is a really nice time of the year. It's a time that we should appreciate and enjoy. And are there any activities that you like to do in the spring? Think about the activities that you can do in spring and things that you often see people doing in the spring. When our friends come back from the breakout rooms, they're going to share. So, and if you guys would love to join, I always have my handy QR code for you. I would love for you guys, when you have the chance, when you have some time, to join us on Zoom and practice. Practicing English, even for 1 hour conversation class per day, can improve your skills so much. And it's really about putting that effort and seeing the reward. So, if you can only watch on YouTube, that's okay. Anything you can do to improve your English. But joining us on Zoom is the best option that you can have, watching our lives again if you miss it, or checking out other videos on our YouTube channel. We have other videos from Approach teachers as well. So I would love for you guys to join. That would be amazing. We started the conversation classes in 2020, and these conversation classes just started as a small Zoom meeting, getting to know other people from around the world, practice English. You don't have to be an Approach student to join the conversation classes, though we do have Approach students who join, and we love to have you all here. The conversation classes have, I would say, a special place in my heart because we've been doing them for so long and we've met so many cool people and people that return over time, and you make friends and you learn about culture. And so it can be amazing to have everybody. So I always encourage you to join. Our friends in the breakout rooms are going to come back in about 30 seconds, and we'll come back and we will talk about our topic, about what do you like about spring and what activities can you do in the spring. All right. My slides don't want to switch over, I'm not sure. No, that's okay, thank you. Okay, my friends. Amazing. I got one.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to change my slides for you guys to have the right one. Now it's working. Amazing. I don't know what happened. Thank you guys for your patience. We got some technical issues today, but we got it. So I want to hear from you. What do you like about the spring?
I like it. I like the weather because it's not cold and hot. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Warm and it's beautiful, more easy to practice any sport or walking in the park or in the neighborhood and
Mm-hmm.
watch squirrels or sometimes raccoons.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
I love about spring is that there's many flowers bloom and there's everywhere fragrance or that's
Mm-hmm. Amazing. That's the thing. The different flowers that bloom can be so beautiful and really interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? What are some signs? I'm sorry, no, not some signs. What do you like about spring?
For me, firstly, I like to speak.
You can go ahead.
Firstly, I like to cool weather.
Mm-hmm.
Not too hot and not too cold.
Yes.
Just a warm. I like this, and also the smell of rain.
Ooh.
In the spring, rain will be so rainy, and that
provides fresh air.
Yeah.
and-
That's
and
go ahead, I'm sorry.
it helps me calm down.
Yes.
When I listen to their dropping, and I also like birds song.
It looks like nature comes back to life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got it, Farida. Huria, you guys, the smell of rain, the sound of the birds, it can be so relaxing and kind of also energizing at the same time. Yeah, exactly. How many of you love the smell of rain? Or yeah, yeah.
I like.
That's amazing. Me too. I love it. The sound, the smell, it's so relaxing sometimes. And I saw something in the chat that I wanted to talk about allergies and pollen. How many of you suffer from springtime allergies? When you're sneezing and you can't breathe and your eyes are closed because there's so much pollen. Have you experienced that?
Yeah, often sometimes.
Allergies can be tough, but we have a lot of medication now that people can take and it's very helpful. But in the spring, something that you'll see too eventually as the season goes on is maybe on your car or on other surfaces outside the yellow powder that is pollen. And sometimes it can be a little green too. Our cars will get covered in pollen and we'll be sneezing so much, but it's really important for the plants and the earth in general to have this. And so some people get springtime allergies, and I wanted to talk about that. A runny nose or sneezing, exactly. You want to keep your tissues handy with you. And then I wanted to ask you, what activities do you guys like to do in spring? What did you talk about? What activities do you enjoy?
I like hunting in spring, like look the plants and more greenery.
Amazing.
I
Hasi?
like to fly kites and do gardening and play outside.
That's amazing. Playing outside, flying kites, gardening, that's so nice to do in the spring. Yeah.
I like to walk in a park, place it has flower, a tree, and
Thank yeah, Nessa, thank you.
I like hiking with my friends together.
You like hiking with your friends? And
Yeah,
do you like
we can make distance.
yeah.
It's
Hike
not hot
I
and
know.
weather is good.
Yeah. A spring hike can be very nice.
Also, we can do a picnic in
Yeah.
spring.
Yes.
Yeah. We can go for morning walks and like jogging.
Exactly.
We can find flowers, vegetables.
Go to the park. Luan, you wanted to share something?
I think in spring is more is funny, it's more funny practice swimming or then.
Yes. Swimming, sometimes it depends on how warm. Here in Massachusetts, maybe no, but in other places, like if you go to Florida in the spring, it will be hot. It's like summer. So then you can swim, definitely. Tennis is so popular in the spring. Yes, definitely. So getting outside is a big theme with activities in the spring. We've been inside all winter and we're ready to get outside and do something fun and enjoy the sun, enjoy the warm weather. Personally, I love going on walks outside and exploring kind of maybe not a big hike, but trails, different trails that are in my area. I like to go to like a lake and look at the lake and just enjoy the nature. Definitely. Any other activities that you enjoy?
The sunset in the spring is the most amazing thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The sunset in the spring and in the summer, so nice. So nice. What other activities do you guys like to do in the spring?
To see the green fields
Yeah.
and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare your
Last spring, we have hosted a backyard barbecue.
Ooh.
At this weather, everyone likes to gathering with their families and
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's amazing. A barbecue in your backyard. When you can finally do that again, it's so nice. Yes. Oh, thank you guys.
Also, we can gardening, such
Yeah.
as plant flowers,
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yes. How many of you have a garden in the spring or the summer?
A small garden.
Very nice.
And every year I try to plant some of the vegetables. Sometimes it will go well, sometimes they will die.
I get it. I get it. Do you guys know the expression green thumb? To have a green thumb? What does that mean? Do we know?
I have no idea.
So,
Plants will thrive.
yes, exactly. Aftita. That's a great word, thrive. If you have a green I'm sorry, Wars, go ahead. No, okay.
And the natural talent growing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So if you have a green thumb, it means that you can help plants and vegetables, any kind of plant, flowers, etc., thrive and do well.
we should also save water.
Yes. Natural talent, Virus. Thank you. Exactly. If you have a green thumb, you have a natural talent for gardening or indoor plants as well.
We have ability of cultivating.
Yes, Mohammed, exactly.
It gives us the oxygen.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You guys got it. So if you
also check the direction of the sunlight and then we should grow plants.
You got it. I have had a garden many times in my life, different places that I lived, different states in the United States, and you learn a lot when you're gardening. But I loved growing vegetables, herbs like cilantro, basil, and I also enjoyed growing flowers. I would grow flowers as well, just for the birds and the butterflies, the bees. So important, so important. If you guys see now what's happening in the world with the bees, a lot of bees are dying or losing their kind of home when forests are being cut down or flowers are being cleared out. And so it's really important to grow specific flowers or other things that the bees can pollinate and work with and do their job that they're trying to do. Yeah, so important. Haraya, go ahead.
In our school, we started doing plants by basil, mint, and moringa, these type of plants.
That's so nice. Growing plants at school is really nice because you can see
We
every
love
day. Yeah.
We love the kitchen gardening and
That's awesome. I love that. That's so nice. Having a garden can also be like a therapy for some people. Working with your garden can be sometimes relaxing, other times stressful. If you don't have a green thumb, it can be stressful if things die. You're trying so hard, but it's nature. Things will happen. So, gardening can be a therapy for many people. I really enjoyed it. I loved seeing my broccoli, for example, grow from a little tiny seed into a whole broccoli plant. And then you get to eat that fresh vegetable that you know where it came from. You know if it had, for example, pesticides, things that we don't always know at the grocery store. Of course, it can be difficult to grow, for example, enough food to supplement your life. That is like another level when people have, for example, a big farm and they can grow enough vegetables to feed their family. Here, often it's a small vegetable garden or herb garden. It's never usually something so big. But it depends on where you live and your climate. So I wanted to talk about some vocabulary. First, I have 2 columns here that I want you guys to give me some vocabulary words for this. So I have 2 categories, weather and animals and bugs. We already talked about it, so we should have a pretty easy time. We should be able to make a good list. Can you guys say or type in the chat vocabulary words related to weather? Let's start with weather first. What spring vocabulary can you think of related to the weather? Temperature, cool, warm.
Rain.
I'm sorry, one more time, Habiba?
Rain.
Rain, yes, exact. Thank you. Rain. Rain. Humidity. It can be humid. Wind. Sun. Fog. It can be foggy. Humid. I see rainy, windy, sun and wind. Rainbows, yeah. Storm. Awesome. You guys have a great list. Cloudy sometimes, bloom. Spring showers, yeah. Snow, sometimes, definitely. Here in Massachusetts, in the winter, we get a lot of snow most of the time. And then in the spring, we still get some snow. Not so late in the spring, but April can sometimes snow. Any other vocabulary related to weather for the spring? This was thunderstorm. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes flood or flooding.
Yes.
Rainbow, clouds, green trees, fox, breeze. You guys have a great list. I love it. And what about a tornado? That can happen. It can happen sometimes if you live in a certain area that gets tornadoes. What about the animals and bugs? I see here in the chat fox, chipmunks. What other animals and bugs do you see or know in the spring? Squirrels. Robin, which is a bird. There's so many birds. Deers, Turkey? Chicken, you can see chickens in the spring. Baby chicks. Cows, definitely. A duck, goat. This is when a lot of the farm animals are being born and starting new life. Ladybugs, yes. Caterpillar. Butterfly. Mosquito, yes, unfortunately. Yes, good. You guys have flies. Hummingbird, yeah. I love hummingbirds. Grasshopper, you guys know all the bugs. Wow, I love it. So my list, very short, but your list, amazing. Amazing. I'm so proud of your list. I just have a few here. Sun, rain, or sunny, rainy. You could say that as well. Cloudy, windy. And then I have rabbit, or you can also say bunny, bird, butterfly, caterpillar. So you guys had an amazing list. Amazing. And I have one more for us. Things and objects related to spring. So first, what do you see here in these pictures?
Raincoat.
Raincoat,
Gardening.
umbrella, gardening.
Carrots.
Mm-hmm. Broccoli, carrots. I see here, I think cauliflower, cabbage, cauliflower, radish, exactly, good. Mm-hmm. So in the spring, we see a lot of different vegetables, fruits as well. What fruits do you see in the spring?
Grapes, apples,
Apples, bananas. I heard berries. Yeah.
Mushrooms.
Yeah. Strawberry, blueberry. A lot of times they begin in the spring and they go into the summer as well because we can have the longer growing season. Mm-hmm. Pineapples.
Avocado.
Ooh, avocado. Papaya. Wow, lots of good fruit. Melon. Mm-hmm.
Orange.
Wow. That's a lot. I want to go where all these fruits are being produced in the spring. I want them all. They sound so good. So some small things that I have here. Flower, as we talked about, or flowers. Garden. This is an umbrella. Do you use an umbrella when it's raining? Yeah. A lot of times, an umbrella is essential and a raincoat with a hood so that you can be protected because it rains so much in the spring sometimes. So much. And if it's still snowing, then you want to be careful of that too. Oh, yes, exactly, my friends. Exactly. So here, I have some questions. First, I have here on the slide a cherry blossom because there's a specific spring tradition that happens with cherry blossoms. Do you know what that tradition is? Cherry blossoms. Where are cherry blossoms found?
Yard.
In the yard, outside. A lot of times, we can find them in the United States, but also in Asia, in different parts of Asia. So I know many times both kind of China and Japan will have a spring festival. And they celebrate and they have so many cherry blossoms. If you search Cherry Blossom Festival in Japan, you will see the most beautiful pictures of these trees with these little flowers that are pink and so pretty. And it almost looks like it's snowing when they start to fall. It's really pretty. So in your country, in your culture, in your traditions, do you have any spring traditions? Holidays that we can talk about?
Yes.
We have a Basant festival, and in this festival, our country people fly kites, and there's a kite festival where people try to fly kites and competition.
That's so cool. And I bet the kites are different colors and different designs. It's probably so beautiful.
Yeah. All the kites full with kites, and this looks so amazing.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Anybody else? What traditions do you have in spring? Easter. So Easter is one of the biggest holidays that happens in the spring. around the world. What is Easter? Tell me. Tell me. Do we know Easter? What is the holiday of Easter?
I know
Mm-hmm.
it's a Christian holiday.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. It's a religious holiday. It's a Christian holiday mostly that celebrates what?
The in the chorus.
So,
I don't know.
yeah, what we would say in English, that time of 40 days, we call that Lent in English.
Lent, yeah.
Exactly. So, this is the time that in the Christian faith is 40 days that Jesus didn't eat, traveled across the desert, and then at the end of all was crucified and resurrected. That's what Christians celebrate for Easter, is the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus. Yeah.
Because Jesus alive.
Exactly. So, Easter is a huge holiday that's celebrated. Also, not everybody is so religious sometimes, and Easter has a lot of elements that are not religious now. Something like the Easter Bunny. The Easter Bunny brings what? Do we know what the Easter Bunny brings? I have here eggs. Why eggs? I don't know. But eggs. And these eggs usually are colored, and maybe they have something inside, like a prize, candy, money. A lot of times we have a plastic egg.
Egg hunt.
We can have an egg hunt. You can search for eggs, and the eggs will have a prize. And again, those eggs are typically not real eggs, especially now. Eggs are so expensive, you guys. So now, a lot of times in general, also for the environment, for money, plastic eggs. Plastic eggs that you can open, you can put something inside, and then you can hide it. The kids find it, they have the prize. Exactly. Something that I did a lot with my family growing up was coloring eggs. And those were real eggs. We would take the eggs and put them in a kind of bowl with coloring and different designs. And that was so fun to do as a child. What other holidays happen in the spring? Do we know? There's a holiday coming up in March here in the United States on March 17.
17.
March 17. What holiday is March 17?
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. Does anybody know what St. Patrick's Day is?
No.
St. Patrick's Day is an Irish holiday from Ireland. So here in the United States as well, we have many Irish immigrants, and they brought a lot of holidays. And one of the holidays they brought was St. Patrick's Day. Here in Boston, it's very popular because we have many Irish people, Irish heritage in Boston. And St. Patrick's Day has one color that's so important. What is that color?
Green.
Green. Why?
Because it look.
The color of luck. So do you know the name of the little guy that's supposed to be there?
Elf.
Not elf, but close. We call it leprechaun. Specifically, this guy, the little guy with red hair on St. Patrick's Day, is a leprechaun. It's an interesting word, leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Yeah, you got it. Good pronunciation. So we have St. Patrick's Day, and a lot of times people will eat specific food. They'll eat what is called corned beef and cabbage. So it's a specific kind of beef that is roasted in the oven and cooked cabbage. And corned beef and cabbage is like the meal that people have on St. Patrick's Day, maybe some potatoes as well. And wear green, and you kind of celebrate. A lot of people will drink alcohol, but you don't have to, of course. It depends on what you want to do. We still have school, we still have work. It's not like Christmas, but it's something fun, that, like Valentine's Day, that we can celebrate together. Exactly. Horaya, you wanted to share?
Yeah, at our country, there is one more festival, Eid al-Fitr in Pakistan. Eid al-Fitr 2026 is expected on April 10 or 11. It marks the end of Ramadan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So right now, many Muslims are celebrating Ramadan, and that is a whole month. And that changes depending on the year, but right now, it's at the end of winter, beginning of spring, and it aligns with other holidays. Exactly. And that's one of the biggest holidays in the Muslim calendar. So it's a huge celebration around the world, Eid. Exactly. Amazing. Any other holidays that we have in the spring? We do have a holiday in May here in the United States. May is still spring. And that holiday is called Memorial Day. Do we know Memorial Day?
Yeah, one day for remember the soldier
Yeah.
dying war.
Exactly. You got it, Cassia. Memorial Day is in memory, memorial of people in the past in the military who have passed away when they were in the military. We also have Veterans Day in November, and that's to celebrate military, like even people that are still alive as well, dead or alive. Memorial Day is specifically to remember those who died in the military, in war. And so that is the end of May. It's always like the last Monday of May, and we have a nice weekend, which is great. We also have some other holidays that I can think of.
Yeah, Labor Day.
Yeah, Labor Day. So let's talk about Labor Day, because in the United States, Labor Day is in September. But in the rest of the world, Labor Day is May 1. Yeah, exactly. So for many of you that are not in the United States, that is a very important holiday. We wait until September. Why? I don't know. But
Because the USA is different.
always, always, always. We love to be different.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Exactly. So for those of you that are in a country where you can celebrate Labor Day on May 1, I'm so happy for you, and I hope you enjoy and you deserve it. Yeah. We have also in Massachusetts specifically, we have a holiday that remembers the Boston Marathon bombing. I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of that, but in 2013, in the Boston Marathon, which is a very popular race, there was a kind of bomb that went off and killed a few people, and it was injured many, and it was a hard day for Boston for sure. And so we have a holiday of both remembering those of that day, and also that is typically the day that Monday in April, we will hold the Boston Marathon. And so Massachusetts only, no other state has this. So that's a holiday that we'll have in April in Boston to remember events that happened here as well. Amazing. I wanted to see, we have 5 minutes left, okay? So I want you to tell me, what are you going to do this spring? Are you going to, do you have plans? What do you want to do this spring? Maybe it'll take some time, but I want to see, what do you want to do this spring?
I want to grow more plants in my canny.
Yeah, that would be so fun.
I come back and go to school.
Yeah, no more vacation. I know.
When I decorate my house.
Yeah, decorate your house. That would be so nice.
I want to visit a flower festival.
Ooh, that sounds very fun. Mhm.
To see the green field.
Yeah.
In our village, there are very in spring. It is very beautiful scenery in village. There are many plants and vegetables like wheat.
Wow.
It is very beautiful if we see that. So I like to touch these
Yeah.
green fields and sleep
Yeah.
and enjoy.
I get it. When we can lay in the grass and it's so comfortable, like nature's pillow. Mm-hmm.
Especially we have to thank to Allah Almighty who give the beautiful natural seasons like 4 seasons. If we have one season, we will be, I think, bored.
Yes.
Pakistan is the first country where they have four seasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that don't get 4 seasons. It can be difficult. And so if you're lucky to live in a place that has 4 seasons, me too, it's so nice. It's really cool. It's amazing.
And we have to thank God that He gives us such a beautiful seasons.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And anybody else, what are you going to do this spring? What are your plans?
I'm also going to start kitchen gardening with my family.
Amazing. Amazing. I would love to have a garden. That's what I want to do. I would love to have just a small garden, but I want to do that and I want to explore my new neighborhood. I moved in November and it was kind of a little too cold, a little too close to winter to really explore like the nature around me. So I would love to just explore some new areas around me here in Massachusetts or maybe in New Hampshire.
Yes, teacher, good idea. Me too.
Yeah.
Because I moved in November too.
Yeah, exactly. If you move in the winter, it can be difficult to explore your new home.
Yeah.
And I want to see.
Near me have a lot.
Yeah.
Pub, Irish pub.
Ooh.
And Patrick's Days.
Yeah, it's coming. You could do that. That would be fun. It's worth it to have a new experience, to try something different, even one time, just to see if you like it or no. And it's always fun to do something different. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool, my friends. I love that. Spring is one of my favorite times. I do love summer and fall as well. It's hard to choose. Spring is so awakening, which is really nice. And we see everything, like we said, come back to life after a long, dark winter. And we really feel that energy coming back. The fresh air, being able to open your windows is amazing. It's so amazing.
Because of the autumn, all the leaves become dry and all of them melt down. But when spring came, it looks like that there is a life, all plants come alive.
Yeah, it's so cool. Nature is amazing. Nature is amazing.
I think, teacher, you didn't like winter.
I know, that's how I feel. It's not that I don't like winter, but I'm tired of winter. Winter in Massachusetts is long, and I'm so tired of the cold. Today here, it's so windy.
In Pakistan, we didn't see any snow.
Oh, here we saw a lot of snow.
We can't any of the snow.
Oh, I'll send some from Massachusetts to you, and you'll be so happy, and I'll be so happy. Yeah. Oh, my friends, thank you guys so much for joining. We're out of time today.
Can we have some time zone with
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I know that I believe we recently sent out a poll to ask you guys what times you would like. So we're working on that. And thank you for your patience. I know it can be hard to join class so late at night. So we're going to do what we can to help you guys.
Because we're in Pakistan and like this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those times in Pakistan are 3 a.m., 2 a.m.
Exactly. It's so late. I hear you. I hear you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have an amazing Friday, an amazing weekend, and we will see you on Monday. All right? Bye, my friends. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, my friends on YouTube, we're finished here on Zoom, but anytime I would love to have you join next time. I'm trying to get to my last slide with my QR code for you, but we're getting there. Here we go. My friends on YouTube, please join us on Zoom next time. I want to see you Monday or Tuesday. Join us on Zoom, please. I love to talk. We can talk so much in English, and it's so amazing. So I'll see you all on Monday, and I hope you have a great weekend.